This Monday Night Football props and NFL Week 6 recap edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code SGPN to score up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
This is Randy Cross. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, Ryan.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. What better way to cap off an okay NFL Sunday than with an awesome 30-1 Joe Burrow scamper into the end zone.
Oh, now it's a good weekend when that happens.
Oh yeah. For me, yeah, it's awesome.
Last weekend you were telling me I spit in the face of the gambling gods when I had a middling ATS week.
I was rewarded with the gambling gods for my belief in the gambling gods. I sacrificed an okay week, some nice cashes, and then, well, really, Friday night college football carried my entire gambling weekend. But the NFL, the cherry on the Sunday was just that Joe Burrow. What was it? 47 yards, Ryan?
I mean, almost an unbelievable play. Yeah, almost a 50-yarder. I mean, honestly, it was really the only play they gave up to the Bengals offense for the majority of the night.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you understand what happened. The Burrow read the situation. They were in man, and he just sent it. I was hoping he'd hurt his wrist when he extended the ball there, but nice hit. If I didn't go 4 Giants,
I did see
Burrow probably would have made the card, but worth sacrificing.
Worth sacrificing. Awesome. Awesome NFL Sunday. Eagles won. Not the prettiest of wins, but I'm not one of these fans that gets angry of this or that. Like people who get upset. I still, you only get to enjoy so many. There's a finite number of Eagles wins I get to enjoy for the rest of my life, Ryan. So any one of them I get, I'm going to be happy I got there. Certainly there's some things to clean up, some things to do differently. We'll get into it when we break down that game, but Eagles won and everyone else in the division lost. Great time to be an Eagles fan. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Real excellent day of football.
Excellent day of football, Ryan.
Felt that way.
Yeah. There was some,
it was the opposite of most of my season, which is doing good ATS on all the games, but not on the locks necessarily. Yeah. Nailed the stuff that I had good wages.
Did not hit the Pats lock. Maybe got a little cute there. Although they did have a legit chance to backdoor that. Didn't hit my Panthers dog, but I mean, I look at like what else would I have done? Dogs were 1-12 straight up. The only dog that went outright was the Indianapolis Colts. And honestly, if we would have known Joe Flacco would have been the starting, was going to start a quarterback, I probably would have been on the Colts. I'm not making an excuse there, but like I probably would have picked them as a dog too. Like they're just a completely different team with Anthony Richardson. Everything you read, I mean, we need to you can no longer call yourself an insider if you can't figure out who's going to start for the quarterback when we tape our NFL picks episode. What's going on? I feel like there was a bunch. All the late. This guy's coming back from the dead. Michael Pittman was IR, and then all of a sudden he was starting. Joe Mixon didn't practice on Wednesday. And there was a chance he would play, but he played and he played his ass off. Probably a reason why the Texans worked the Pats. So that kind of stuff's very frustrating.
I do have a couple plans. I plan on anytime I see someone providing medical advice on the internet. Yeah, I'm going to mute them.
Except
for Sebastian,
DJ and Doc,
because I think I feel like a lot of the misfired takes of mine have come from either that source or the fantasy football community.
Well, I think what just happens is
So I'm out on those
everyone
people.
is such in a rush to like, oh, I gotta get I gotta be the next Shams or Woj. Look at me, I break news, and so they put
Are
this
you
shit
doing
out.
your Ian Rappaport impression?
Well, I think they all they all pick up something from someone, and then it gets this, and these local yokels who don't know what they're doing tweet out, and it gets aggregated, and it's impossible.
I will say, in the defense of what you're saying, or like to counter what you're saying, I feel like this year more than most, I'm going straight to the source. And even the indie beat reporters had similar, like it does seem like the team was messed, like whatever these sources are inside the team, they do seem to be. I also think that in general, like this, we need to now investigate the Colts. On two fronts. We had very incorrect information. Starting quarterback because of their feelings on Anthony Richardson's ability to finish the game, and Pittman going from perhaps dead to looking pretty good, going up for a jump ball in the end zone.
Must vibe in the chat saying FTC all day though. So I don't know what that means, but maybe we should open up a case with the
Cowboys.
Oh, fuck the Cowboys, Ryan. That's
Cowboys.
probably what he means. I thought you were going to say
son.
open a investigation with the FTC.
Oh,
as far as like market manipulation. I was all for that, and I'm also all for fuck the Cowboys.
Okay, yeah.
Would not be a of course. Shout out to Jerry Jones. Hope you had a very happy birthday. We have a song for Jerry Jones later on in the program when we go, and shout out to Brad Ward. I mean, Cleveland is a good sports town, Ryan. They really are. They have diehard fans. They don't deserve this. Now, maybe they have some negative karma for running Baker out of town after he won them a playoff game against their hated rivals, the Steelers. But
or maybe the owner stole a whole bunch of money from patrons that was supposed to be for tax. Don't look into that. I'm sure this isn't
great sports fans. If you are a Browns fan, sorry, but check out
Ohio State also lost.
Yeah, tough week to be in.
And the Indians are going to lose to the Yankees.
Well,
so
that you might want to be optimistic about.
Baseball Ryan's back.
Brad Ward pointing out, check out Brad's podcast, All Eyes on Cleveland. Watson has to go. I'm sick to my stomach. Cleveland is going to riot if they start him at home this week. It's right. Can you remember a time where we saw something like this?
It makes me curious as to is Jameis just not as good as Deshaun Watson? Seems very unlikely.
Yes.
Or I know there's a lot of offensive line issues. They did lose Bill Callahan, offensive line coach. Okay. So that's a potential of.
But you would just at least see what you have.
It makes me think he's not making the decision.
Well, and couple frame of reference. At one point, the Browns were 0 of 26 on their last 26 third downs. That's insane.
He did get that one at the end there.
He did.
He broke that streak.
Well, and it's such a weird feeling watching the Browns because you can only fuck up and lose the game, and the Eagles almost did that by having a punt back return for a touchdown. Otherwise, they played well defensively, offensively, pretty good. Get to the whole recap, but had to throw in this nugget about Deshaun Watson. Jamarcus Russell lost -63.8 total EPA on dropbacks in weeks 1 through 6, and this is Austin Gale in 2009. So Jamarcus Russell -63.8. You don't even have to know what EPA is; just know Jamarcus Russell was -63.8.
That's the floor.
Deshaun Watson, it was the lowest number since 2000 before. Deshaun Watson, who's at -66.2. So if I was a beat reporter for the Cleveland Browns, they keep asking him, is Deshaun Watson the starter? Is he going to start? Stefanski has already announced he will be starting this Sunday. I would say, what is it like in a locker room where you have a quarterback playing at this historically bad of a level? Like what's the pulse in the locker room? How can you hold your players? I would just go, how can you hold your players accountable when you have a quarterback set on a historically bad statistical performance and he still has his starting job? How can you walk around and demand anything out of the other players in that locker room? There are 53 men in that building putting their life on the line every damn Sunday. And how can you tell them, how can you look them in the eye with a straight face and say, you know what? Deshaun Watson is our best chance to win. It's impossible.
It seems like there's some sort of, how is ownership not involved one way or another? Like, why would Stefanski?
Well, I think they are.
Well, yeah, self-preservation. There's no way the coach would do this. Obviously, this isn't the best way to win football games.
No.
And so ownership has told him his job is safe. Why would you trust that man? He stole all that money.
Well, but also, do you want your job to be safe? I mean, you're two-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski.
You think you'd be better off somewhere else?
I mean, at this point, I mean, he's making, the Browns ownership's making Stefanski look like an asshole. If he got fired at the end of the season, would he have another job offer? Sure. Right.
He'd be coaching an offense somewhere for sure. Right. Like he would be an OC somewhere.
I think he would be a head coach.
Really?
100%.
Okay.
I mean, two-time head coach of the year. Like I think a lot of people would be chomping at the bit to get Kevin Stefanski as their head coach, right or wrong. I do think he would be popular. All right, we got the Discord phone line is open, taking your calls, recapping everything that went down NFL Week 6, and of course topping it off with some Monday Night Football props, including first touchdown bets. You want to stay tuned for that. If you want to tout about something, if you want to shove someone in a locker. We always have that ability to shove people in a locker. All right, we're joined, or can we bring people on, Ryan?
Yeah, I think
okay.
So.
I invited someone who was on a.
It's always unclear what's happening in the Discord servers out there.
All right, I invited some people to speak. Oh, here we go. Cowboy fan himself, Sir Long Dong,
oh wow,
aka Serial, brave man. Calling in after that debacle of a loss. How are you doing?
Well, we've definitely seen better days.
All right, that's a good place to start. 47-9, your team got destroyed. And even worse news, you guys aren't a close your eyes special because you go on the bye next week.
I had to check the levels. I thought I thought I had him turned down. That was just his lack of
of
emotion on the
low
Cowboys
enthusiasm.
right
Was there anything you were happy about today in the NFL, Serial?
That at least we didn't score the least amount of points this week.
Oh, okay.
That goes to the Giants right now at 7, so I appreciate that, Kramer.
All right.
But
what do I
like
that?
Nice
nothing
dig
else
on
really
Kramer.
to celebrate this year. Well, maybe Jerry Jones's 82nd birthday. Happy birthday, Jerry! You just watched your team put up the worst performance at home ever in the franchise history. Appreciate you for that one.
Well, Serial, you mentioned Jerry Jones, and it is his 82nd birthday, and we were able to find this song online that we thought would be a great birthday present for Jerry Jones celebrating his 82nd birthday. And now that you called in, probably a great time to play it. This is from Depressed Cowboys fan on X. Ryan, whenever you're ready.
Man, here we go again. This team ain't gonna never win. I'm ashamed to be a fan. Got me lying to my friends. Louis belt straight to ass. That cannot complete a pass.
Love that
Lamb
line.
been playing trash. Man, how long is this gonna last? Damn. Get it, Jerry.
Yeah.
Quit it, Jerry.
Yeah.
Retire, Jerry.
Yeah.
We gotta fire
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Boy, you know this team super bad. I ain't lying. Every week we taking belt to ass. That shit pissed me off. That cannot complete a simple pass. Where he trying to? Man, how long is this shit gonna last? Who you throwing? Took a 40 ball, beating 2 times. It's like a sequence. Wow. Dak, who you throwing to? He threw it to the defense. I'm like, Dak, who you throwing it to? He threw it to the ops. I'm like, Dak, you gotta stop. Dak, go to the barber shop. Get that hairline fixed, and maybe you'll stop throwing picks. And maybe CD Lamb will stop being the diva, and he'll stop throwing fits. And maybe Mike McCarthy will be on the sideline wearing some clothes that fit. And maybe Jerry Jones just might retire because he old as shit. Man, here we go again.
All right. Wow. That was amazing. Cowboys now go to 0-3 on the season. Serial, what were you calling in for? Cause I'm sure it wasn't to have salt rubbed in the wound.
Well, I kind of figured it would be kind of what's on the MO today, but no, I definitely had to kind of get some things off my chest here because I'm so tired of basically watching this team week in and week out, at least this season, not show any signs of life. We can't move the ball forward. We can't stop the ball from getting scored on us. There is nothing good happening right now in Dallas. And I don't really have any answers. Maybe you guys do. I know the only thing that I can really think of is Mike and Mike gotta go. I'm tired of seeing it. There's no creativity on the offense. We're running 4-yard routes on the comebacks. We're running 4-yard curls, maybe even a fake curl to still run a flat 4 yards. The dink and dunk Dak that we saw 5 years ago is alive and well this year. The turnover machine is alive and well this year. And maybe just the highlighting of everything, just because there's so many injuries is going on. Maybe I'm overreacting. I'm trying not to get emotional about it because I can spaz out. And I might spaz out. But
right.
This is insane. Why is Zeke even in the game?
You know, you got to.
It's a fair point.
This is where you have to also question Dak working with Dude Perfect to blow up his mansion.
That was a bad start to the week. You didn't like the media, and it obviously was a distraction. The Cowboys 0-3, including 2 losses where they gave up 40 points. Yeah, unfortunately for you, Serial, it's going to be a long season. Yeah, I think you guys got to blow it up at this point. It's not. It doesn't feel like they need to do one thing, Ryan.
I would prefer if they don't knock Humpty Dumpty off the wall. Mike McCarthy can stay. He's doing a fine job.
Yeah, let's look at it another way. You guys are doing great. Everything going according to plan. Wouldn't change a thing.
Does McCarthy have the flight logs of Epstein Island and knows Jerry's been there? Is that what's going on here?
I mean, there's got to be some sort of blackmail.
Bring back Jason Garrett. He'll upgrade the offense.
All right.
To some degree, I think you're right about that because I mean this offensive line is getting blown up. There's literally nothing going on in the run game. It feels like if you cry about it enough, you'll get some answers, right? Because that's what Zeke did. That's why he got 8 carries for 17 yards. So let's just give him the ball more, right?
I got to be honest. I almost feel bad for Cyril. He wants Jason Garrett back.
He's distraught.
No, you don't want Jason Garrett back. Yeah. Whatever you do, Cyril.
I mean, this is mental health awareness.
It's the same offense that Mike McCarthy was running in 2010.
It's not that bad. You don't want Jason Garrett back though. No, under no circumstances.
No. All right, Sir Long Dong, aka Serial. Thank you. Sorry about your Cowboys. Not sorry, but thanks for calling in.
A little bit sorry.
I hope he has I hope he wins some bets on some other teams, but I don't wish anything positive.
But let's not fire the coach yet. Let's keep him till the end of the year.
Let McCarthy try and figure this thing out. Ryan joining us on the line as well. Maybe he wants to throw in someone in the locker, or maybe he had a heater.
I don't think it's a heater.
Cousin Mush, how you doing? How's your NFL Sunday?
It was a heater.
Oh,
really?
Oh yeah. We had a good day today.
Nice.
I still want to throw Sirianni in the locker. He's terrible. Dayball also got to go in the locker. The entire NFC East. Now, I'm coming from a pulpit of the New England Patriots are the worst team in football, but nobody in the NFC East should be taking a victory lap. And Serial, Robert Saleh is available if you want him.
Maybe Serial could be, or maybe Robert Saleh could be Mike McCarthy's personal trainer, director of conditioning. I like that.
How would that work? Didn't the Jets have to pay him out to leave? And if Jerry signed him, would he get paid double? I mean,
no. I think he could work for the Cowboys for free. And the Jets would pay him, which would be really hilarious.
So a lot of the Belichick trick here was always when this happened, you bring him in on some ridiculously low salary because there's offset language in these buyouts. And so if you go get another job, the offset language, basically they don't have to pay that portion of it. So Belichick would hire these guys for a couple $100,000.
Yeah. No, it was
offensive technical assistant.
It was a great move.
So also, are you guys part of any sort of promotional thing for the circa when it comes to hitting slot machines? I mean, I still stand by. The only time you lost is when I was there.
Yeah, cousin Mush is. Orion had another hand pay from the Packers.
Biggest one ever.
Packers, of course, smashed the Cardinals up. Kramer's heater on the NFL slot machine continues. I think at least. I feel like from watching Kramer has a good strategy when selecting machines, good strategy as far as the going $10 per spin.
You got to do $10 a spin.
Yeah, come out to Circa and we'll explain the strategy more in person. I don't know if it's safe to say over the air.
I'll sit next to you. Yeah, we don't want to blow the game, but I'll sit next to you and we can have a nice.
Also,
moment.
someone Serial did mention called Dak a turnover machine. I was thinking that could be the Circa could come up with their own Dallas Cowboys themed slot machine and call it the turnover machine. That would be pretty fun.
Oh wow,
that would be good. Hey, I might take a ride down to Blacksburg this week. Where should I go pregame?
Oh, where should we send? You got to go to Big Al's. That's the spot.
Okay.
I mean, there's maybe even maybe that's not the spot anymore, but that would be the spot I would take you.
All right, thanks for calling in, Mush.
I'm up for a good 12-hour ride.
Oh.
Let it ride, Mush. Good to hear from you.
All right,
go
later,
Hokies.
boys.
Wow, Ryan. The call line is filling up. I see Steffi Smalls in the chat saying she had so many drinks she's gonna put someone in the locker.
Oh wow.
You don't seem as upset as Steffi about the Giants loss, Ryan.
It's annoying.
Oh, okay.
It was a weird game though. Joe Burrow had a 50-yard run.
Yes.
The Giants defense had an amazing game for the most part. The other touchdown they let up was to increase their win probability. And once again, kickers at least had some say in the game.
They're like the holder did a good job.
I my only critique would be once again Dan Jones missing some zombie Dan Jones, pretty good at running the ball, deep ball still not there, and God, they forgot about
that interception was pretty bad.
They forgot about Tyrone Tracy at times.
Join us on the line, Packers super fan Dick Puncher. Nice day for the boys in yellow and green. Your Packers really took care of business at home against the Cards, getting me some cash. Kramer had it as his lock. What's happening, Dick Puncher?
Go Pack, go Pack, go Pack, go. That's what I'm talking about. Great game today. Love looked amazing. I mean, the one interception was because the receiver. It was the perfect pass. The receiver just slipped because it was raining out there. But great game. Kramer, I know you were on the Packers today.
Yep.
I know, but come on, man. You got to acknowledge Love is not. He's better than you've been saying he is.
Here's what I would say Jordan Love is. Jordan Love is the incredibly hot girl that you dated in college for a little bit. And when the good is amazing, right? Like she's into everything. Like everything's on the table, in, out, up, down, whatever.
Up, down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then she's just batshit crazy, right? Like she's on the top of that batshit top left of that crazy hot scale or whatever, top right. And so I think when Jordan Love, when things are good, it looks great. And they're playing JV squad today. That's why I took them against Arizona. But when things are bad, we'll see. But yeah, they look great today. Offense was great today. I'm basically a fan of everyone in the North now. I guess.
I mean, crazy. Packers are technically in last place right now at 4-2.
No. Bears are technically in last place because of a record against same opponents. It's kind of a niche situation.
I was just going with NFL.com the way they were sorted.
Oh, you're such a donkey, Sean.
I like how he already had that sorted out.
Such a donkey.
No, but just to be clear, I mean the basement of our division, the Bears, would be first or tied for first in every other division in the NFC and two of the divisions in the AFC. The NFC North is like a fucking house. I mean, obviously the Lions looked great tonight. Obviously the Vikings undefeated. And then, the worst teams in the division by record right now are 4-2 each. Come on.
Do you hear that, Sean?
Insane.
SEC.
Yeah, it's a division bragging. Now, Dick Puncher, you weren't able to call into the pregame show, and Mike Evans did not get a touchdown. Coincidence? Maybe it's not Lattimore, Ryan. Maybe it's more tied to whether or not Dick Puncher calls into the pregame show.
Yeah. I mean, an excellent handicap by me. Thank you.
That was hilarious because Ryan's like, we got to go under on the 4.5. I'm like, all right. And then first he gets 2 catches on the first drive. Then he goes out. Honestly, I feel like the Baker interceptions were him trying to force it to Mike Evans. It was crazy. All right. Well, Dick Puncher, thanks for calling in. Anything else you want to toss out?
No, I'm good for right now. Go Pack, go. Yeah. Mike Evans, you'll get him next week.
Let it ride. All right. I'll shout out to Bottom Line Bombs host CJ Sullivan pointing out Daniel Jones' last touchdown pass in MetLife was 21 months ago. Hashtag keeping tabs.
That's good that he's keeping tabs. I'm glad that he's keeping tabs. I'm sure he's also, while he was keeping tabs, he's also gone out and learned that the play where the Giants blocked the kick last week and the Eagles got beat for one this week were both legal plays. So yeah. Hopefully he's done that already. Hopefully.
Well, CJ was making a case that he didn't think it was illegal.
CJ's not a belly acher, and he was belly aching about that. Yeah, you know.
Joining us on the line, M Waffle. What's happening, M Waffle? Thanks for calling in.
Such a great name.
What's up, guys?
Oh, it sounds like he was doing something else. Got some company over there.
How was Yeah,
it's slightly a little busy.
How was your Sunday? What do you got going on?
I would say math-wise, it comes out to about, now this is going to sound crazy, guys, but about 5 times the starting amount. So,
all right.
Not, yeah, you know, not too bad. But, you know, we weren't, I've got to throw him out there again. We weren't T. Lentz. I don't know if you guys were checking the chat today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you get in on the Discord, T. Lentz, very, what is it? How would you describe his approach? He's very smart, mathematical, analytical.
He's someone that I would have worked with in my previous,
but also has some degen in him, and he threw out a couple. I think it was like 100 to 1 he hit. I'll have to check, but I know he hit some crazy ones.
I would call his strategy like a shotgun. Yep, kind of just point and pull the trigger, but the trick is pulling the trigger.
Yeah, he pulls that fucking trigger.
Well, what I've got for you guys, a couple questions.
Let's hear it.
Sean.
Yes.
The Eagles, man. What? I mean, I'm not saying they're terrible. And I'm not saying that a handicapped person in a wheelchair cannot win a car race because they have wheels also. But what is going on over there? Saquon today really not doing it for me. And what I want to know is what's going on with your play calling. What's going on over there?
This is
it's okay.
I'll tell you what's going on. Jalen Hurts, no turnovers, 264 throwing the ball, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley didn't have a great game rushing, but you know who had a great game? AJ Brown, 6 for 116 and a touchdown. Hopefully you listen to the prop show where I gave that out. You know who else had a good game? Devonta Smith. He also had a very good game. 3 for 64 and a touchdown. Grant Calcaterra, next man up. Dallas Goedert got out. Grant Calcaterra came in 4 for 67. Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts should have done a better job blocking for that field goal. And their offensive play calling should have done I mean, yeah, their offense could have ran it up more.
Wait, Jalen Hurts is on the field goal block team?
No.
I know.
They outgained the Browns by 132 yards. Okay. That is a good game. They didn't turn the ball over except for that block field goal. That block field goal was really bad. It was a 10-point swing. Then you throw on top of the fact that they probably could have scored points, but they kneeled it out there inside the red zone of the opponents. I'm fine with this game.
I've got 2 things that really bother me about that. Okay. I think that the Eagles get just thrashed by the Lions because, one, urgency does not seem to be. I know that Jalen Hurts is notorious for being the least urgent quarterback in the league, probably when he was in junior high. I'm not sure what that dude's on. But
I'll tell you this: they don't play the Lions, and when they do, it'll be in the playoffs, and then we can cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, number 2, what do you got?
All right, AJ Brown.
Yes,
the dude is a barn door, and I don't understand how you can't use him in the same way that the Bengals use T. Higgins. Like, obviously, T. Higgins is great.
He had 6 for 116. Like, I what more do you want from him? Anytime.
We're talking about the Browns, okay? I'm looking at the future
Browns.
here.
The Browns don't have a horrible defense. I'm not saying, he should have had 8 for 140. Like 6 for 116 is good. Jalen Hurts hit him.
Crazy stat line. Yeah, for sure.
So it's a crazy good stat line. There's much more things to be pissed off about. I agree. They should throw the ball to AJ Brown every single time. 100% agree. That would not be a bad strategy.
League neighbors. All right. We don't want that to happen. Okay, next.
I agree with that.
Jacksonville.
Not league neighbors.
Okay, so I was kind of heavy on Jacksonville going in,
Sorry
and
for your
now
loss.
I'm not. I am the exact opposite. So I have a system play for you guys.
Okay.
Jacksonville, Cowboys, and Raiders money line parlay every week. Them to lose. So whoever they're against, just money line parlay, straight loss system play.
The system's going to be in trouble because they play the Patriots next week, and they
can't get it done.
Well, it's a back-to-back game, and it's in London for the Jags. So, my instincts would actually take the Jaguars there.
It's less than a touchdown too.
It's the NFL. It's crazy every week. All right, M Waffle. One more thing, and then I'm going to let you go.
Okay, one more thing. Andrew Yoshi, boss.
Yes.
Okay.
Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi. Are we looking at the next? What was his name that played for the 49ers last year? They came out of nowhere when not 49ers, the Rams. Whenever Cooper Kupp went out.
Puka?
Yes. Are we looking at the next Puka?
No, I think I think it's probably just the guy that Joe Burrow hangs out with. Probably goes. They get their tips frosted together.
No, he's fun, but I mean, if you recall, Puka was like 1,500 yards and set every rookie receiving record.
Yeah, he was more like Malik Neighbors.
Yoshi was like 2 for 36. I mean, he's fun. He's a good third receiver for them. He probably has some potential later on. If you're in a deep fantasy league, you can pick him up. All right.
They barely beat the Giants. He's not even that good.
Thanks for calling in, at Waffle. All right, we got to move it along, Ryan. Of course. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. Sign up with BetUS so you can bet with the best, baby. Ryan, I had some instant deposit and withdrawals today over on BetUS. It's so fast with the cryptocurrency. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Promo code SGPN so they know we sent you. Got in on their props. If you need props added on your thing, hit up customer support. Get them on there. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook. 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. All right, one more caller to get to, and then we'll get to the recaps, props, some picks for Monday night. Jackson Reddick, you're on the Sports Gambling Podcast. What's happening?
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, man?
Good. It's so weird being a Lions fan, watching them destroy the Cowboys for the first time in 11 years, but it's also like the Super Bowl chances feel like they're a little bit out the window, a little bit with the best defensive player almost in the NFL so far this season being out for the year.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, we'll get to it when we recap the Lions, but that was it. Is I'm assuming it's 100% he's out for the year, right? Like he snapped that thing pretty good.
I've seen these things on Twitter, his family saying that when the Lions are in the Super Bowl, he's going to play, which is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, he's probably out for the year.
I mean, that really does shake things up top. I mean, the NFC North is crazy right now with how well they're playing, and Aiden Hutchinson is a game wrecker. I mean, that was most of our handicap, Ryan, or at least for me on the defensive side was, the Lions have their defensive issues, but Aiden Hutchinson against a below average offensive line like the Cowboys have is just you can unleash him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. It is crazy how sometimes the clean breaks are much more repairable than like a knee getting jammed up. So who knows? I mean, I will say this.
You're right though with the clean break. It definitely is. It is a little nicer when that happens.
I will say this. Sean and I had the privilege of sharing a couple moments in a cocktail with his father. Midwestern tough. He'll be back.
Aiden Hutchinson said.
No, that was.
You confuse him with JJ McCarthy?
Yes, merging them together. Well, we did have an Aiden Hutchinson story too.
Yeah, we did get to meet Aiden Hutchinson.
I don't want to say it now because it'll come off as mean, but he had small hands for a defensive line.
Right, you're rubbing salt in the wound.
For a defensive line.
I will say though, to shove somebody in a locker, Calvin Ridley should probably just retire from the NFL and take the money he got from the Titans. Didn't they literally talk about this week getting him more targets and he had no catches?
He had the targets. He did not. He
wasn't happy after the game.
No, he wasn't happy. The entire DeAndre Hopkins almost got going 4 for 35, which the way Will Levis. I mean, Will Levis did not break the 100 yards passing, Ryan. I think we can shred the ticket.
Will Levis take must be one of the worst. Maybe one of the worst takes ever.
I wouldn't say it's the worst because it was 80-1. What was it? 80-1.
It wasn't enough. Doesn't matter. He's horrible.
No, yeah.
Well, you watch highlights from last year, and it has to be the coaching. I don't know what it is, but he does not look like the player he was last year.
He's not chucking it, that's for sure.
And yeah, he seems hesitant to take deep shots. Maybe it's because the coach is yelling at him and saying he sucks all the time. It's probably not helping.
Yeah, he's getting Brian Flores treatment. Over there,
kind of rough.
Maybe he should get a handbag like Joe Burrow, more fashionable.
All right, Jackson. Congrats to your Lions, and thank you for kicking the Cowboys' ass.
Yes,
that was fun to watch.
Very nice.
Damn right. Have a good one, guys.
Let it ride.
Cheers.
All right, Ryan. Going back to Thursday night, all the way back to Thursday night. 49ers 36, Seahawks 24. Kind of pissed. I considered locking this up. Didn't. I loved the situation spots.
Yep.
Loved rookie head coach making his first Thursday night. But even in this win, Niners kind of continue to get injured, have a bunch of issues. And for someone who was out on the Seahawks, they started 3-0, and I'm like, I swear they aren't good.
No, they're not.
This was vindicating that game.
They lost to the Giants too.
Yeah.
I mean, and just to recap the prop show, Sean, we did quite well. We both missed on DK, but Kittle over, Smith rushing yards over. I hit the use check.
Yes.
Shout out to use check.
Anytime Tutty.
7-1. He did not get 2 touchdowns, unfortunately. No. But yeah, it was a good little prop show.
Jacksonville Jaguars 16, Chicago Bears 35.
God damn it.
Jags are just bad, and
Caleb Williams is good.
Caleb Williams is good. And their defense is good. He's certainly progressed so far. Bears scored 5 offensive touchdowns in back-to-back games for the first time since 1956. That's insane.
Bears fans are losing their mind right now.
I know, they don't know what to do with this. Caleb Williams did have an interception. We gave that out on the VSiN prop show.
Yep.
So shout out to us. But yeah, I mean, Doug P looks lost.
I think you got to fire. Yeah, clearly it's over. Like they don't have it. Man, maybe in a weird way, I'll have to pay some respect to the Bears organization. They did travel. They got there early in the week. They clearly were ready to play. We've seen this before, Sean. Team that travels late gets destroyed in the first half. That's exactly what happened to the Jags. Yeah, I don't know. They just played They played like the sloppy team. And now we're going to talk ourselves into betting on them next week.
Daniel,
like idiots.
Daniel says, "Are the Bears for real?" I think they are. He said, "Are they the best long shot right now?" If you're talking about doing damage in the playoffs, I would still say no, just because I think eventually the moment gets too big for a rookie quarterback in the playoffs.
He was like calmly making a call, making checks at the line of scrimmage. I would say he's. Like part of the appeal of Caleb Williams is how mature, quote unquote, he was. And if he's already starting to do some of that shit, I would say that there's a higher ceiling than I would have originally given them, in fairness. Because, dude, if this team has a home game, this is fucking Chicago. Yeah. I mean, they're not playing in a dome yet.
It will be nice for him. Baltimore Ravens 30, Washington Commanders 23. Feel like we really nailed the handicap here, Ryan, of saying that. I mean, for me, it was the matchup was Ravens were going to be able to run all down the throat of the Commanders, and that's what they did. I mean, they just handed to Derrick Henry a bunch.
He's so alive.
I mean, I was worried about a Commanders back door.
So alive. I mean, how excited! Derrick Henry. No matter what team he's on, it's like, oh yeah, Derrick Henry running the ball is just something different. You don't get to see it like that. A big dude like just a big motherfucker. Anytime you get to watch a big motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we kind of nailed this one. I guess it was a little closer than I thought it was going to be. Zay Flowers looked pretty good. Yeah. Ravens offense looked pretty good.
Zach Ertz on the road to 2 touchdowns, got tackled at the 1 yard line. Had some other target in the end zone.
2 touchdowns. Is Jaden Daniels still good?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think I mean, he was on like an insane historic best completion percentage ever, like Tom Brady 2007. No, he's not that, but he can still be very good within that, right? And honestly, I thought overall, I mean, they lost by 7, they didn't cover. Overall, I still thought if you're a Commanders fan, you're still optimistic about that performance. Like you're not discouraged. So
tough. That's a that's a good team they played.
Yeah. Next, especially in the regular season, Packers 34-13. This was just an all-out bloodbath. Arizona was just no match for this Packers offense.
Just nailed it. 100% nailed it.
This was easy cash.
Well, it was. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a Packers guy.
Oh, clearly, I know.
So it started with the fate of the Cardinals, and the Packers were super healthy. And what do you see? The receivers all get loose. I mean, this is the exact kind of game that caused the Packers to have to overpay Jordan Love. Anyway, we'll see how he does against a tougher defense next week.
John Booth saying Andy Dalton a half yard away from $4,500 with your guys' picks.
Oh,
now I don't. Well, see,
here comes Sean closing line value green over here.
Well, I will say I gave it out on the prop show at 220, and I bet it myself at 220.5. And Andy Dalton did have 221 passing yards. So
Jesus,
I'm
so you're getting winners and you're giving out your clients losers.
No, what do you mean? I gave it out at 220.
Oh wow.
And it was widely available at 220.5.
Personally, I'd like to apologize
Sunday
for this
morning.
behavior.
My clients deserve better. John, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were on the wrong side of that hook. But unfortunately for me, I grade it as a winner because I won. All right. Any other thoughts on that Packers game? That was a blowout.
No, I'm glad I've recalibrated the lasers and the locks were on the games that were no doubters.
Texans 41, Pats 21. I maybe got cute locking this up.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I watched the entire game. I would say they definitely had moments where they could have backdoored that. If I'd realized Joe Mixon was going to be 100% healthy, maybe that would have backed me off it a little bit. Drake May over rushing yards did hit. And again, they had a chance. It was 34-21. Pats driving for a nice backdoor cover there, and turned it over. So yeah, maybe a little cute, but it wasn't. If you watched it, it wasn't quite as bad. There was some chance there for a backdoor.
The CJ Stroud interception from the props show came in plus money. That was nice. My comment on Mixon early in the game was he didn't look healthy.
Yeah,
and I don't think he was healthy. I think that's
he just
why
ran so hard.
I think that's why they gave carries to other guys. Like Dameon Pierce doesn't typically get 8 carries in a game. I'll just say that. So yeah, I mean Mixon,
but he did. I guess
efficient.
he made do with what he had.
Oh yeah, he scored 2 touchdowns on 15 touches.
Yeah,
at only 13 carries. So yeah, I mean he certainly was all the way back, or at least he had nice touches. I'm telling you, he was limping on his second touch of the game. It was like, Joe Mixon might have gotten hurt again. I don't know. I don't know much else on this. I thought the reason, Drake May showed the reason they might have been scared to put him out there with some of his reads. Just the extremely bad.
But he also made a couple nice throws like that.
You
throw
see the arm
halftime,
talent.
that deep touchdown pass.
He's got. I mean, damn, dude. If that was Polk and not Boutte, it would have hit the ladder.
Tampa Bay Bucs 51, New Orleans Saints 27. This was a wild game. Should have locked this Bucs up, but it was back and forth early. Baker, they got out to a lead, then the Saints came back. Baker had 3 interceptions. Couple kind of weren't his fault. Had some weird tips in there. One, but it did feel like he was trying to force it to Mike Evans a little bit. But Godwin had an amazing game. I think someone on our pregame show gave out Godwin 2 touchdowns, 15-1. So I liked it when he mentioned it. So I guess I'll count that as a win for myself.
Yeah. And he was on the winning lineup in the big boy this week, Sean, which was my lineup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Congrats to you, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, I mean, Godwin 11 for 125, 2 touchdowns. Kate Otten on the road to 2 touchdowns, got one of them.
I like this road to 2 touchdowns.
Well, I stole it from CJ. His road to 10 million.
Does the road start at 0?
Yeah, okay, and then it gets up to 2. I like
everyone's on the road.
CJ did his bit about the road to 10 million.
There's some traffic on this road.
Well, it doesn't mean the road doesn't have to end because you don't get to 10 million within the amount of time. The road can keep going.
It's a wild road.
Yeah, exactly. Nicholas Greenwald saying bad call at the Pats, Sean, but we got everything else, so we good. All right. Yes. No. Obviously, it was a horrible call, but not quite as bad as the score would say.
People are so negative.
Eagles 20, Browns 16. Nick Sirianni. Everyone's making the Britney Spears jokes about him shaving his head and having a, going at it with the fans. I mean, he's pissed off everyone so much now. It's like making me like him more for going at the fans and getting into it.
I don't necessarily hate that, although it's probably not the best look for a team.
No, long term, you don't want your coach screaming at the fans, but for like a fan base that is just like, hey, all we care about is winning, and then they win, and then they're still pissed off. It's like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do? I'm working over here. They got the win. Jordan Mailata had a bad hamstring injury. That was a big takeaway for me. Dallas Goedert also tweaked a hammy there. Didn't really do much. I think Goddard was out super early in the game. But yeah, I mean this Browns team was bad, but Eagles got the win. To me, Jalen Hurts not turning it over is huge, and they have enough talent on both sides of the ball that I think they can, if they can play clean football, not turn it over, not get punts blocked, they can be a competitive team. And I think they're still not nearly hitting their ceiling on both sides of the ball. But again, I'm happy with this win. I'm happy with a Eagles win. I'm always happy.
Do you want to comment on him using his children as a human shield? That's a weird move.
Yeah. Again, people bringing that up clearly don't know ball. He brings his kids on every press conference.
Yeah. No, I know. Just in general, the idea of bringing your kids to the press conference.
Yeah. He, anytime the Eagles win, he brings his kids up with the press conference and lets them enjoy it and hang out with them. I'm fine with it. Let your kids. If I was a kid and my dad was the coach of the Eagles, I would think it's awesome. I think people who have kids might think that's cool. Oh, hey, look, the kids are getting to have fun. It reminds people that it's just a game. It also reminds the people that, hey, we won the game. We shouldn't be so fucking pissed off. So yeah, I think actually it's a healthy perspective.
Feels like the Italian fella bringing his kids everywhere because he knows he won't get whacked if they're around.
Yeah, I don't know. AJ Brown is back. That was a big takeaway for me as well. Like AJ Brown's unguardable. Just give the ball to AJ Brown. It's like the black box. Why can't they make the entire plan out of the black box? Why can't the entire offense be AJ Brown?
It seems like
he's awesome.
It could.
No, and he had probably 8 targets, 6 catches for 116 and a touchdown. It's going to win you a lot of games. Tennessee Titans 17, Indianapolis Colts 20. My God, the pass that what ended up being the game-winning touchdown of Joe Flacco getting hit and then falling back and it was the ultimate no. Oh my God, how'd they catch that?
I mean, how is Flacco better today than he was?
Oh, this 15 is easy.
Years ago.
He's playing with house money. He doesn't give a shit. Like that throw that he chucked up. That was Ryan. The ending of this game was insane.
Yeah.
The Colts had the ball back. They were up 3 with 3 minutes ago, trying to burn the clock back. And Joe Flacco uncorks 2 bombs. Doesn't come anywhere close to hitting either one of them, and he just doesn't give a shit. They punt.
You're right.
And they wait for the Titans to make a mistake. Again, maybe it is just go to Mason Rudolph at this point because their defense is really good. They're wasting very good defensive performances.
How do you start it? Well, same thing with Anthony Richardson. How do you start him?
Yeah.
Do you think they start him next week?
How can you?
Or do you think they find a reason to not start him?
It's weird. There's all these quarterbacks where they're finding reasons not to start him. Started with Russell Wilson. Now it's Joe Flacco.
Dan Jones isn't one of those quarterbacks, surprisingly. I mean, this season is so fucking weird.
Well, Dan Jones was pretty bad tonight.
Yeah. And he's still middle of the pack in the NFL.
Chargers 23, Denver Broncos 16. My Broncos couldn't get it done. I knew I was in trouble when I heard that Harbaugh made him practice during the bye week. I'm like, oh shit, we're in trouble. Harbaugh, first ever coach to be treated in the blue medical tent. I guess he has heart arrhythmia and the elevation. He was acting up a little bit, so that was a weird moment. We were all making jokes about him shitting his pants, and turned out he had a heart issue. So
Well, yeah,
Glad we didn't put those memes out, right?
We saw the news as soon as we saw the news that his brother like had his press conference cut short. It was like, all right, so obviously something's going on, and then he came out with different color pants on, and then so we were like, oh man, so maybe he did shit himself and he had to change his pants. Yeah, I mean, it did seem like Denver was headed towards a backdoor, or at least headed towards a competition.
Well, and they in the second half they were moving the ball. Bo Nix looked much better in the second half.
But yeah, this Chargers team has a bunch of running backs that Harbaugh likes. The offensive line is good enough, and they'll get better as they get healthier.
So I mean, I think it's always good to just hear this from our Charger super fan Decker. He is always has good perspective. He's like, it's just crisp football. He goes, I love this. I love it. He goes, it's the same guys and they're a completely different team. Like they're just tackling well. They're like everyone is on their assignment, and
Harbaugh has them loving football.
And you know, Patrick Surtain, again, not belly aching or making excuses, but Patrick Surtain getting knocked out on like the first play.
That was the closest I've ever seen Decker just like celebrate an injury.
He goes, player safety. He was like very excited.
We got to get him checked out.
Yeah, get him looked at. You don't want him back out on the field. And Justin Herbert, I thought his ankle, the ankle must have really been bothering him, because that was. It sounds dumb, but it was probably one of the better games I've seen out of Herbert, as far as knowing where to go with the ball, delivering it like laser, just great pointing. I mean, he's a guy who would pad some numbers and make some good throws, but like just compose the entire game.
Well, it does seem like there's a little bit more calmness with the offensive line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they got Kamani Vidal going. It just seems like.
Yeah, and he had a great ball to him.
The defense is. I mean, we did think this could have been a game where if their Chargers defense shut down that running game, that and that kind of happened for Denver. They figured out in the second half, but too little, too late. Yeah, Chargers.
The Chargers are just
huge win, right?
Well coached team.
On the road in the division.
Yeah,
2-0 in the division.
Steelers 32, Raiders 13. This Raiders team is DOA, dead on arrival. Justin Fields, 2 rushing touchdowns, helped us get a fantasy win. TJ Watt with just 2 separate awesome punch outs. Ryan, I'm glad we, when we were doing
TJ Watt again,
it was just like,
it
was, and he just nails the ball perfectly. I'm so glad when we did the defensive player of the year that we also, let's make sure we put in a chalky play of TJ Watt at 6-1. He just dominates.
What's the price right now? I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. It's got to be. It should be like even money. I don't know who else would be close, because he really just has a crazy impact. On
Dexter Lawrence should be close.
Yeah, but they don't give it to teams that are bad. And the Steelers are a good team, 4-2, and those 2 losses. That's the Cowboys game came down to the last play. They were in that Colts game. Justin Fields did a good job again. Didn't turn it over.
Does he keep his job?
I would. How can you take him off the field?
His rushing was the difference in the game. His
rushing is huge.
Russ can't do that shit.
Well, why would you? Russ is a great option if Fields hits the wall. Now Fields does have some throws where you're like, Jesus Christ, man. But for the most part, he's in a good position. Najee Harris had a very good game. It's going to be interesting when they start playing up a class. But for now, Steelers are rolling 32-13. Nice win for them.
I just feel like we're building towards a playoff game where the Steelers throw the ball like 9 times and Justin Fields has 20 carries.
Yeah.
Because why not? It feels like they're saving those plays though. So maybe they got him in them. But yeah, the best version of this team is just utilizing the running game in Justin Fields, the running backs, and then occasionally chucking it down the field.
Pickens will get his.
Austin's been a nice surprise. Freiermuth's been good.
Falcons 38, Panthers 20.
Poor close your eyes special.
Close your eyes special came and went there. I thought Andy Dalton, the 2 picks were really the backbreaker.
The one was so bad.
One was really
so
bad.
Is Bryce Young like?
Yeah.
There's a guy wide open right in your face, and you throw it to the guy further away who's not open at all.
And the Falcons put up 38 points, but I swear to God, they're not a good team. I swear to God, the Falcons are not good. I'm going to stop fading them.
What do you mean?
I sound like an idiot.
No,
but
you're
I
not.
Swear they're not a good team.
Bullshit.
I just swear they aren't.
Bullshit. You're going to bet on the Falcons. Bullshit.
Right, who do the Falcons have?
There's 0% chance you will be on the Falcons. That's a flat out lie.
Oh, Falcons at home against the Seahawks. Seahawks had long rest.
No way. You're never gonna like laying points with this Falcons team.
Yeah, that's gross.
It's so difficult.
But I mean, again, all the favorites hit. So anytime I talked myself into a dog, it was the wrong idea.
And yeah, Tyler Algier anytime from the VSiN show.
Yeah, nice cash.
He also, if you
I
had
did hit my Xavier Legette cash as well, plus 275. And Xavier Legette did an awesome. He's a super country guy, and he did this awesome pony ride dance.
I saw you saying ride that pony. Also, if you had played the ladder on the Tyler Algier, his rushing total was 37.5. He smashed that. He had like 108. That could have been a drone swatting ladder.
Swatting drones. Lions 47, Cowboys 9. This was just a bloodbath in the best way possible. Shout out to the Lions. Shout out to us, Ryan.
Yeah,
I mean, we had this game circled when we did the Lions preview.
Yep.
You obviously locked it up. Like I could have double locked it, but I kept things interesting.
Sean, I can't remember the last time I had two locks, and again I hit the slot machine pretty big, so we went a little heavier at the circa.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, just no sweat. It was almost, dare I say, not sweaty enough. It's too boring. Although the Cowboys one was beautiful.
The Cowboys is great. There's nothing better than just Dak. After he throws like a horrible, after they're getting destroyed, just like furrowing, looking really at the iPad, like, no, there's got to be an answer in here somewhere. Oh yeah, I suck. Him staring into an iPad after an interception is like my football heaven. It's so great.
Yeah, I so much to love there. The offensive line for the Lions was just dominating.
They got destroyed.
I would imagine if we looked at the advanced numbers, the yards before contact for the Detroit running backs is got to be insane.
Rico Dowdle was their leading rusher, 5 for 25.
I mean,
this is why they suck. We tried to tell people.
They're making songs about Dak's hairline. That's how bad it is. And Mike Gardner is a Cowboys fan, so
he's gonna
not wait to see him this week.
And Patty Melt saying the puking Cowboys girl clip is just amazing. Yeah, we tweeted it out. So if you're squeamish, don't watch it. But if you aren't, go to X at Gambling Podcasts. There's this just girl in a Cowboys jersey just like painting the sidewalk at the stadium.
We should have. All right, we need to have someone. Yeah. All right.
There's a guy dancing by in a Lions jersey. It's just beauty.
So SGP on her head, all of our winning props on the ground, and then corporate media dancing by us. Anyway.
All right. Last but not least, Bengals 17, Giants 7. Oh man, this is so annoying because I said the Bengals were going to win by exactly 3 points.
You were counting your chips,
and they probably should have done that. They got the touchdown instead of just laying down.
Unreal.
And letting the old Bengals kneel it out. Giants defense played pretty good, but ultimately you need to be able to score points in the National Football League, Ryan, and they didn't get it done. Daniel Jones with a pop fly, infield fly rule, interception.
He got his arm drilled, but he didn't. It was the wrong read. He had a wide open Tyrone Tracy. We do have a caller, Sean.
We do.
You want to? I mean, it's Giants related.
Okay.
Probably
bring him on.
Probably worth. You're gonna make me hit some buttons here.
Well, I closed the Discord. I didn't realize we were still.
Oh, look at that, Sean. Oh, here we go. We got it. Yeah, I mean, defense without Kayvon Thibodeau looking quite nice. Again, they basically just gave up that one play to. I mean, pretty much everyone said, "Oh yeah, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are going to completely feast." T. Higgins had a pretty nice game. He's really good. Jamar Chase, did he feast? Did I miss his feast?
Joe Burrow feasted with his legs and the first touchdown.
One play.
That's all you need for a first touchdown. Joining us on the line, host of the NBA and WNBA gambling podcast, Giants super fan Terrell Furman. Terrell, what's happening? How you feeling about your G-men?
I'm literally just here to say that the Giants lead the league in sacks, and we have a 50-1 ticket on them.
There you go.
Congratulations on your CLV.
Well, it's not CLV. They're actually in the lead.
Well, I guess if you're going to close out your position right now, you would have some closing line value from where you started. I mean, you're not quite home yet with the bet. I think we have a number of weeks left. Yeah, a couple weeks left. Any thoughts on what the Giants should do moving forward, Terrell?
Oh, we're literally just a quarterback away. Like, I know we said this before in the past, but they're actually like legitly a quarterback away now.
Zombie Dan Jones continues to not be hard.
Well, he is your quarterback of the future.
Zombie Dan Jones. No, they're Jameis is coming in. They're drafting one. maybe I'm not sure who else will be.
My biggest fear is Tomlin taking us on this ride and then starting Russ towards the end of the season and letting Russ get a playoff run, and then Russ is the quarterback of the New York Giants next year. That's truly my biggest fear, and it feels like that's the ride that we're looking forward to. But I'm gonna calm down, and I'm just gonna wait and pray it doesn't happen.
Yeah, burn that piece of paper in your mind. What are you doing? You didn't need to say that. You didn't need to say that out.
The writing is on the wall here. They want Russ to be a starter so bad.
Well, Ryan, Trevor noticed this in the chat as well.
What's that?
565. Do I still have a list?
I think whatever weird digital audio stuff that gave Colby a list, I think Terrell has it now too. Do you hear it?
Oh, do I have a list?
Wait, so say do I still have a list?
Do I still have a list?
Whoa!
Do you hear it? Am I crazy?
Discord does have to put some compression on the
voices. That's what.
So maybe because I always thought Colby had it in real life, but I've hung out with Terrell. He definitely doesn't. There's no lisp.
No, it's
a digital lisp.
Well, Terrell, thanks for calling in.
Great take on the sacks. The pass rush looks awesome. Dexter Lawrence, defensive player of the year candidate. Nice
rivalry week. I'll see you Sunday. Giants, Eagles. May the best team win.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You're gonna be so sick when you lose to us in a meaningful game.
So nothing to lose. There's a nothing to lose situation coming up here, and everything to lose on Sean's side.
No, have you ever had anything to lose, Ryan, for the Giants in the modern era?
Yeah, plenty. Plenty.
All right, thanks for calling in, Terrell. Let it ride. Okay, Kramer, we're gonna kick it over some Monday night action. What we like for our props. Before we do that, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Get down over there. Maybe you can get down on some Underdog Monday night fantasy projections, higher, lower. Love these pick'ems, super fun. Yeah, we're gonna give out an Underdog entry. It's so funny whenever I look at my Underdog active entries and I see the Josh Allen higher passing yards in game one with Bryce Young lower 18.5 passing touchdowns. I actually did a game one with a season long one, but that's what's awesome about Underdog.
That's
really.
Great.
NFL, NBA's tipping off, MLB, whatever sport you want. The boosts are insane. Make sure you get in their Discord for some extra boosts. Highly recommend that. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Kramer, first prop. What do you got?
We got. Well, we talked about Breece Hall on the VSiN show in terms of a receiving ladder. So instead of just giving out the receiving yards, I thought I'll find a creative way to throw more Breece Hall action on the pile.
Okay,
Breece Hall to have 100 rushing and receiving yards, plus 135.
All right. Well, Ryan, with that angle, because as we know, Bills are last in the league in receiving yards given up to running backs. Braylon Allen over 9.5 receiving yards.
It's one catch.
He's gone over this every single game except the first game where he only had 9 receiving yards. I'm surprised.
It's one catch.
I mean, I'm with you on the ladder and the receiving stuff for Breece, but I think Braylon Allen over 9.5 receiving yards. Lock it up. This one, all we need is one from Braylon, and I think he gets it. So love that.
Prop number 2. All right, so another positive Jets one. We know the play calling stories. We know the coach firing stories. I would imagine Aaron Rodgers is going to be chucking the ball a little bit. So Aaron Rodgers, 2 passing touchdowns, plus 155.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, don't you think that if the passing game coordinator is going to come in and be the guy calling the plays, that maybe we're looking to some aerial stuff?
I'll tell you what to me, Aaron Rodgers is a guy backed into a corner. What do you do? What do you do when your back's against the wall? You go to your guys. Who's his guy? Alan Lazard.
Come on, obviously.
Over 3.5 catches, plus 130. He's gone 3-2 to the over for this. I think also if you want some longer shot stuff, Alan Lazard anytime. His 2 touchdowns are down to 32-1 Probably should be higher, but I wouldn't hate you for putting it in a same game moonshot there. But Alan Lazard is his Aaron Rodgers guy. It's just that simple. Over 3.5.
There's no point in fighting it. Yeah, sorry, I just reset everything. Give me a second. Prop number 3.
Prop number 3. Do you have one, Ryan?
I do have one.
What do you got?
I was just confirming the price. We're just gonna go back to the system. I've been absolutely on fire with the interception props.
Yes.
Josh Allen being dealt at -120 is a mistake right now because he is unsure. He's uncertain with his receiving targets, and that means he's going to make some. He's going to chuck it around. I do think the defense is also going to step up for the Jets. The more that I've thought about it, because I think in some ways they'll feel like they've gotten their coach fired because he's a defensive coach. So I think you see both sides of the ball step up a little bit. Jets defense turns over Josh Allen with an interception.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I mean, I pretty much have hit every interception prop I've given out on the airwaves this year. So I'm gonna ride that the hot hand.
All right, this one to me, and if you're watching live and you like this idea, I would say get this now because I really think this one could move, Ryan.
I like how you called it an idea.
Oh well, what do you call it? A commandment? To me, it's a pick. I don't got any leans. If I do, it's I'm drinking a lean. I don't give out leans. I drink leans.
Okay.
If any listeners know where to get lean, hit me up. I want to try.
Don't you make it?
I think so. Maybe that would be.
Like, it's just cough syrup and fucking whatever. Like
that could be a
Alizé.
That could be a great episode. Us drinking lean, giving out leans, lean and leans. Anyway, Ty Johnson anytime touchdown +750. There's a real. I know James Cook is supposed to be good to go. But turf toe on that MetLife stadium grass, whatever that thing is.
It's definitely not grass.
Whatever that playing surface is in MetLife could really be a problem for a guy like James Cook who's dealing with this foot injury. Now they say he's good to go, but he's still listed as questionable. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to gut it out, but is he going to be effective?
I love your angle.
I just think for a running back who is involved in the like even if James Cook, I don't put it this way. I don't think James Cook gets his full workload. Even if he gets just like half of that or 3/4 of that, it's going to create a big opportunity for Ty Johnson. So I love Ty Johnson here. He only has 1 touchdown this season. But I think he could get one tonight against the Bills +750 Ty Johnson anytime. But again, get this one now because there is a small chance that James Cook is ruled out. So obviously the price would crater if that happens.
I'm gonna spoil my first touchdown, but I probably would suggest you also go with Ray Davis. Like just grab him and Ray Davis. Because your angle is really you're fading Cook, and so if you can get Ray Davis at 10-1 in the anytime and Ty Johnson at 750 or whatever,
my
7-1.
I considered Ray Davis, but my like looking at the snap count, even when Cook was out, Ray Davis is kind of fallen off as far as like them working in the offense. And shout out to Rhythm sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. James Cook at +750 is one of their favorite props as far as the anytime touchdown market. So I said, hey, if my gut is telling me this, and if the models,
you mean Ty Johnson anytime?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You said James Cook.
Oh, sorry. And if the models are saying Ty Johnson anytime touchdown +750 is a good play, it's probably a good play. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. They've been killing it with props. The NFL, college football, highly recommend it, especially for some of the smaller schools in college football. Really get ahead of the numbers and do a good job crushing it. So sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. But yeah, Rhythm likes Ty Johnson. I like it. So a little collab here.
And I guess sprinkle Reggie Gilliam too. He's getting some snaps. 42-1 on the anytime price.
That is insane. I'm
updating my first touchdown card real quick.
Reggie Gilliam's 100-1 for first touchdown, and I've chased that white whale. I'm not doing it. To me, Ty Johnson at 31-1 is great price. Ty Johnson first touchdown. If I like him at any time, I'm going to play the first touchdown. But he's the only one I'm playing on Buffalo at 31-1.
Oh,
what are you doing for Buffalo, Ryan?
Yeah, no, So I would say you could even, if you're a Bills fan, you could even play all three of them, but pick two of the three running backs you like. Gilliam is 100-1, like you said. Ty Johnson's 31-1. Ray Davis is 38-1. I'll take Ty Johnson and Reggie Gilliam. I've hit 100-1 recently. Shout out Mr. Hayward from the Steelers last week. And then on the Jets side, Sean.
All right, I'm adding Reggie Gilliam because I don't want to have FOMO.
Yeah.
And as Terrell points out, you hit 100-1. Why not another one?
I got to play him every week now. I would also point out that Quentin Morris did get some snaps.
He was someone I was considering.
He's also 100-1. Not going to take him though. And then on the Jets side, you mentioned playing Aaron Rodgers guys. Alan Lazard's still 14-1.
Yes,
On the
I
first
have
touchdown.
Alan Lazard as my first touchdown.
You have to play it, and then I'm also playing the defense. I've been, if you're playing the interception, I like playing also the defense in the first.
Another one. Maybe I'm getting ahead of the injury stuff here.
Defense is 41-1.
A little bit. Give me Jeremy Ruckert, tight end out of New York. There, 45-1. The case for this is, Ryan, as we know, how do you attack the Bills? You put pressure on the linebackers in the middle of the field in the passing game. That's why they're good. The running backs do so much damage in the receiving yard. Not great against the tight end as well. Tyler Conklin has been banged up. Do expect him to go, but again, maybe he's not 100%. Jeremy Ruckert already has a red zone target so far this season. So, maybe he gets a little more banged up. Maybe he isn't playing. Basically, this is Jeremy Ruckert at 45-1. That is a price expecting Tyler Conklin 100% healthy and same workload. I don't project that. Thus, I'm finding value in Jeremy Ruckert. First touchdown, 45-1. Ty Johnson, 31-1. Alan Lazard, 14-1, and Reggie Gilliam, 100-1. Can't let you steal that bacon all by yourself, Ryan. I saw what you're trying to do.
Steal.
Yeah. Daniel Akati saying Conklin ladder. Yeah, I would wait to fire on that just to make sure you get like a injury report day of.
You think he's not going to miss the game?
No, I don't think so. But I don't know. Sometimes you get like, hey, a limited role or something like that. So,
well, and the other guy the Jets have been playing is a guy by the name of Brendan Bates.
Okay,
who's 70-1. So just we're a backup tight end shop. So I think there's some very live backup tight end and fullbacks in this game. So hopefully one of them hits for the brand.
All right, Ryan. Let's put together a little underdog entry and get out of here. Can
I tout an underdog hit? I took Tyler Algier and Jahmyr Gibbs rushing yards. I smashed them together with one of those crazy 51% boosts.
Fucking A.
Let's go. Two legs. That's the way we go.
Yeah. Braylon Allen. That's my favorite leg. Higher 10.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
Now, what do you got? Give me one play on the Bills.
You're boxing me in. I mean, I think we just play the Josh Allen interception then.
Okay. That's fine.
Unless there's a different I mean, the other angle would be one of the crazier like anytime prices.
No, we don't have to get crazy.
But had we gotten crazy with like say Kyle Juszczyk on Thursday instead of AJ Barner, we would have been rolling in it. So yeah. I maybe that's the way to go.
All right. So what do we do?
It's kind of our strategy with first touchdown.
I mean, I do obviously I like Ty Johnson. Higher rushing receiving touchdown. Maybe that's too crazy.
Maybe that's too cute. What's the interception price? Is it spicy?
No, it's less than spicy. It's 0.91x.
Do we have a boost available to us? I mean, I don't know. Let's do the Ty Johnson touchdown. Make it spicy.
All right, Ty Johnson higher, and Braylon Allen higher receiving yards. Getting down on that. All right, that feels pretty good. Ty Johnson higher rushing receiving touchdown, and Braylon Allen higher 10.5 receiving yards. Nice little spicy payout over there. Of course, go to underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Get you a sweet 50% deposit match up to $1,000.
Oh my God.
All right. Hey, thank you as always for tuning into the podcast. Appreciate it. Everyone. Appreciate everyone telling a friend. We've been doing great on the Spotify charts. Still time to get your donation in for the hurricane support, mountainprojects.org, hit flood support. Anything you can give is appreciated. Put SGPN in there. We will announce the winner. I think maybe Tuesday night on the College Football Picks podcast. DGen.University still taking applications. We will announce the new graduates soon. Just wanted to make sure everyone gets their applications in. And yeah, we've been doing really well on the Spotify charts, hanging around the mid 20s. Really want to blow past the herd with Colin Cowherd. So if you can take 5 seconds to give us 5 stars on Spotify, I would appreciate it.
Did you see that guy? He was rubbing elbows at the whatever that fancy viewing party place is, and he recorded one of the creepiest / douchiest videos you'll ever see.
Well, and then his take was so wrong too. It was
Penn
great.
State won the game.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, Penn State, you can't come out here. Big Ten, all the Hollywood distractions, USC, Lincoln Riley lighting it up." And it was like such a douche take to begin with, and then it was an old takes exposed. So,
and he was wearing weird like orange colored sunglasses inside.
We're sitting right now at 29, Ryan. So
29 what?
In the sports charts on Spotify.
And Colin Cowherd's ahead of us?
Yeah, I don't know how this could not be.
Well, it's not a gambling chart. That's why. So you got a lot of normies in there.
Yeah. Well, come on, but D-gens are worth 2 times the normies because they're maniacs. They'll get someone else's phone, log in. Oh, hey, can I borrow your phone for 5 seconds?
Yeah, just subscribe.
Listen for 5 seconds. Smash the subscribe button. You guys know how the game's played. And of course,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Great weekend, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.